शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। Okay, so we were done with Venkatesha Suprabhatam. So the next one that is usually recited is Sri Venkatesha Stotram. So this is a short stuti, about 11 verses. Stotram is a stuti, it's a praise, it's a prayer that involves praise of the Lord and also asking for blessing. Ashirastu, the blessing. Asking for Ashirvada from Bhagavan. So it's fairly simple verses in terms of the content. Because it's a prayer. It's a prayer of a devotee. So we look at them. Kamala kuchachu chuka kumkumato Niyatarunitatulanilatano Kamalayatalocanalokapate Vijayi Bhava Venkateshailapate
Kamalayatalocanalokapate Vijayi Bhava Venkateshailapate.
Niyataruni tatula nilatano. Nilatanuhu, Bhagavan's form, is blue. Neelam, blue. So as we know, the lot of deities are depicted as being blue in color, like Sri Krishna. In the south you see this more actually. So even Sri Krishna is there blue, then Vishnu also is often depicted blue. I've also seen Shanmukha also blue. So like that, deities are depicted blue in color. Even Sri Rama. So the blue of course represents infinity, like the sky. The space. Space, even though is colorless, the space appears blue in color. So Bhagavan also is infinite, all pervasive, the one who pervades the whole Jagat. Therefore he is blue. So he says, the one who has the blue form, Nilatanuhu, but then that blue form has become red. So it is all red. Aruni is the color of dawn, which is orange, red. So how is this blue form become red? Because Lakshmi is there, sitting in your bosom. Because Lakshmi is there, and then the kumkumam, or the kumkumam that is offered. So that Lakshmi is, kumkumam is offered to Venkateshwara when you see. So generally, Vibhuti you will see for Shiva. For Venkateshwara they will always have kumkumam. Because Lakshmi. Also Lakshmi is with him. And also for Lakshmi you do kumkuma archana, they do. Also by the way, for Vishnu, generally they will offer flowers. I think this is a question that come up. Instead of akshata, they will say often in the, instead of putting akshata, for pujas, they put pushpam. Yeah, somewhere. Tulasi, pushpam. But, so anyway, so all the kumkumam that is there on Lakshmi, who's in your bosom, all that because of that. Kamala Kucha Chuchuka. So in the bosom there's Lakshmi. and all the kumkumam that is there on the Lakshmi, that makes your whole form look red, even though you are blue in color. Kamalayata Lochana Lokapate. So the one who is the Lord of the Jagat, Lokapati, Lord of all the Lokas, Parameshwara, whose eyes are like Kamala, like lotus, so like a lotus petal, lotus-eyed Lord of the whole universe. Vijayi Bhava. Vijayi Bhava, may victory be to you. Shailapate, the one who is, so Shailagiri Natha, the one who's residing in Shailagiri. So the Lord, what is this to? How can we wish for the Lord to be victorious? In the sense, this means victorious against what? So Bhagavan is everything. Everything is the Lord. The Lord is everything. So we want him to be victorious against what? So against some people who are asuras. Really speaking, Lord is victorious. Lord is always victorious because there is only Bhagavan. There is nothing else. But when we say, may you be victorious, that is from our standpoint. So because for us there are victories and failures. For us there are victory and failures. So that is how we look upon. If we overcome, then anything that is victory for us. Dharma, adharma is our conflict. Actions, what to do, what not to do. So this is where for us there is victories and failures. When I say may there be victory to Bhagavan means may dharma, may success always abide. Where Bhagavan is, they say no. Where Bhagavan is there is success. Where the Lord will, that's why, like Arjuna, So Lord Krishna was with Arjuna and he was able to be victorious in the battle. So that means what? When I say, oh Lord, so may there be victory to you, or may you be victorious, he says, well, in fact, I'm the one, may you be with me, because you are victory. All victory comes from you. All dharma rests in you. So may I be so victorious and successful. How? By having you with me all the time. So Vijay, it's not that I'm wishing for Bhagavan, oh good luck in your exam, may you pass. Not that kind of a thing. It is more from our standpoint. Bhagavan is victory. So Dharma, he is Dharma Raja, he is Dharma Devata. I want him to be with me so that his victory will be, his being victorious always will make me victorious. So that's the prayer of the Bhakta. Sachaturmukha Shanmukha Panchamukha Pramukha Kila Daivata Maulimane.
Sachaturmukha Shanmukha Panchamukha Pramukha Kila Daivata Maulimane.
Sharanagata Vatsala Saranidhe Paripalaya Mam Vrisha Shailapate.
Sharanagata Vatsala Saranidhe Paripalaya Mam Shailapate.
Sachaturmukha Shanmukha Panchamukha Pramukha Akhila Daivata Maulimane. So he is the Pramukha. Pramukha is Mukhya. He is the chief. He is the one above. He is the Lord of what? Chaturmukha, Shanmukha, Panchamukha. Chaturmukha is Brahmaji. Shanmukha is so Skanda. And Panchamukha is Shiva. Panchamukha is Shiva. So depicted Chaturmukha. Brahmaji actually was Panchamukha also. Then he lost one head in the conflict with Shiva. Then Shanmukha, of course, is the Kartikeya, the sixth, because he was taken care of by 6 Kritikas. Each one wanted to feed him. So then he just assumed a form in which he became so available to each one of them. So like Krishna, like Krishna with gopis. So when he's dancing with the gopis, each one wants to dance with him. So then he clones himself. Yeah, he clones himself into so many Krishnas. The idea here is not literally, but then each one feels that he is fully with him. Yeah. Generally, when you, like a parent, parent does this all the time. So when a second sibling is born, when a child is born, then the child always thinks that the love is going to be divided into two, half. But that's not true. For each child, the love is separate and full. Each one is full. It's not 50%, 50%. So similarly, for Bhagavan also, so it is to give that idea is reinforced by this mythology, myth of cloning. So one becomes many. So like that, like Krishna multiplied himself for the gopis. Then Shanmukha also, Kartikeya, he was born with a regular form. And because the 6 Kritikas wanted to take care of him, he was born of the earth. And then so there was nobody to take care of him. And then they show up. And they're heavenly women. And so then he became six-faced. Also stands for this Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsya, Shat Ripus. So the one who helps me, he's the Deva Sena, Adipati. He's the lord of the army of the Devas, is Shanmukha. So he's the one who conquers. So any protection against any of the Ripus, enemies, you pray to Lord Shanmukha. So even for fears, etc., they will pray to Skanda because he's the warrior. He's the one who destroys all the Ripus. So Shat Ripus also he destroys. That also is indicated by the Shanmukha. So thus, and then Shiva. I couldn't get a real connection of this Panchamukhi Shiva.
I thought that's Hanuman.
Where Panchamukhi Hanumanji is also there. Ganesha is also there. Like that, he's not the only deity with Panchamukha. But Shiva is mentioned as Panchamukhi, and like Shiva is also mentioned with 2 hands, 4 hands, 8 hands and 10 hands. So that's also, it's described that way in the tradition. So anyway, so the one who is the Lord of, so Brahma, of Shiva, of Skanda, Pramukha, Kila, Daivata, Maulimani. Maulimani is the crown jewel. So like the crest jewel, he is also the Kohinoor, like the Kohinoor. Our Maharani's crest jewel is stolen from another country. They can't even afford their own crest jewel. They will take it from other country and put it on their crest. But anyway, so it's true, the king of, queen of all the thieves. So the crest jewel of all the devas, Shri Venkateshwara, Lord Vishnu. Sharanagata Vatsala. So the one who is loving towards whom? Loving. Vatsala means the one who is loving towards all those who have surrendered to him. Towards his bhakta. Bhaktas. Saranidhe. Bhagavan is loving towards everybody. Not only his devotees. But then it is his devotees who recognize his love. Others don't recognize, You can love anybody, but they have to think that they are being loved by you. So it's not that Bhagavan chooses to love only his bhaktas. And these non-bhaktas he doesn't like. No. He loves everyone. But then we don't recognize his love or we recognize his love. The one who Saranidhe is the very source of Saram, of joy, of Ananda. The one who is the source of all Ananda. Paripalaya Mam. Please protect me. O Lord, please protect me. Vrisha Shailapate. Again, the one who is the Lord of the mountains. Ativela tava durvishahai anuvela kritaira paradhashatai. Bharitam tvaritam vrishashailapate paraya kripaya paripahi hare.
Bharitam tvaridam vrishashailapate paraya kripaya paripahi hare.
You know, it's very important, you can see, to know the meaning of a prayer, to have the right bhavana, to have the right sentiment. We can recite a prayer, and then it sounds also nice, and it evokes some sentiment by association, But then only when I know the words, then it becomes a personal conversation with God. Otherwise, it's not a personal conversation. It's a prayer, it's like chanting, listening to recitation. Rudram and all, suppose I listen. So there's a lot of association, it's a prayer, and then it is all associated with the temple, with the murti, with everything. So that certain bhavana comes, devotion comes because of that. That's why a person who doesn't have that exposure doesn't get that. They may just like to hear the music or hear the chanting. It's only when you know the meaning of the words, then it really becomes a dialogue. Becomes a personal dialogue with Bhagavan. That is what it has to be also. So, Ativelataya. Ativela means is extreme, excessive, beyond bounds, beyond limits. So, Tava Durvishayaihi Anuvela Kritaihi Aparada Shataihi. So, by Anuvela Kritam means at different times, every opportunities. So whenever different opportunities come up, what happens? Aparada Shataihi. So having committed many aparadhas. So I have committed many acts of omissions and commissions. I have done things which I am not supposed to do. I have not done things which I am supposed to do. So these are actions of omissions and commissions. Many of them, hundreds of them, having done them. Every opportunity are different opportunities. Durvishayehi. Things which are intolerable or irresistible. Means all my papa karmas. Having performed all these papa karmas, now I have come, he says, tvaritam, quickly, with haste. Bharitam tvaritam, filled with anxiety. And with haste I have come to you. I have come to you to surrender. So naturally, I have come to you, please bless me, please forgive me, please. So, please free me from my papa karmas. Paraya kripaya paripahi hare. So, with your infinite compassion, param kripa means with your infinite compassion. Compassion is your swarupa. Bhagavan is forgiving by nature, not punitive by nature. So that's why, because punitive means fear, Punitive, if I'm a child, then with a parent, if I'm afraid of the parent, so that is one state of mind. Then if I'm not afraid of the parent, there's another state of mind. So even my seeking the parent out has to do more with not the parent being punitive, but the parent being understanding and compassionate. So Bhagavan is somebody who has no need to be punitive. So he is full of compassion, and then helps me, because the whole pushes towards growth only. Bhagavan means nature, everything impels us towards growth, not pulls us down away from growth. So he says, since you are of that nature, and so because of my own limitations, I have been not able to, I have transgressed all things that I am not supposed to do. Papas are there, so please help me overcome them. Adhivenkatesha mudaramate janata bhimatadikadana ratat
Venkateshailamudaramate janata vipratatikataanarata
Paradevataya gaditan nigamai kamaladaitan param kalaye.
Paradevataya gaditan nigame kamaladaitan param kalaye.
Venkata Mudaramati. Mudaramatihi means the one who is magnanimous. Who's magnanimous? Magnanimous means the one who doesn't feel any lack. Who is a magnanimous person? The one who can give. And who is the one who can give? Who doesn't feel any lack within. Can only give. Person, if I feel lack within, then I can't give. Then I only need to take. So thus the Lord, He is the most magnanimous, because why? He is Purna. There is no lack in the Lord. Everything comes from the Lord. So Lord is in the form of Purnamadaha, Purnamidam. Everything is Purnam. Since everything is Purnam, He can afford to be magnanimous, or He by very nature, He is the most magnanimous. Adi Venkateshaila. He is Adi. Adi means the one who resides, the one who resides on the Venkata hills, the one who is the most magnanimous. And how does his magnanimity show? Janata abhimata adhika dana ratat. Adhika danam. See, abhimatam. So the one you ask for, the devotee asks for something, and the Lord gives. The Lord gives more than what you ask for. Yeah. So Venkateshwara is like that, the deity. That's why people all like to worship Lord Venkateshwara, Balaji. Money, they associate him with success, with prosperity, so with wealth. So there's Bhagavan will give, If you want, you expect whatever you pray for, He gives way more than you pray for. And then that's why people also give. He's the richest deity, they say, in the whole world. He's the richest deity. But He also takes more than you. If you promise Him that you will give something and you don't deliver, then He will also take with interest. Yeah, He takes with interest. There was one story which they say. There are many stories associated with the temple. So there was one person, I heard this one, so who said he will give certain amount of money, if he gets something, business venture, and then he doesn't give. So at some point later on, so after a long time, he decides to give. So the hundi they have there is at a height. You can't it's not down. You have to put like that because it's very big. So he took this cash, all the cash put in the hundi, he did that, and he had this very big diamond ring, apparently. So gold and diamond. That also fell. Which is not his intention to give. So he was going away. Because he waited so long. So the money accumulated interest. So he should have given before. So Bhagavan made sure that. But at least Bhagavan takes what is due to him. He doesn't take excessive. He took what was due to him with interest. Whereas when he gives also, he gives much more than you ask for. Yeah. So that's his magnanimity. That's why also his eyes are closed. For Venkatachalapati, his eyes are closed. Means he doesn't. As long as a person comes in front of him and asks, so it doesn't matter who he is. He just gives. Paradevataya gaditan nigamaihi. Nigamaihi gaditan. So the one, nigama is Shastram. So the one who is understood, the one who is spoken of. So he is the one as Paradeva, as Param Brahma. So the one who is spoken of as Param Brahma, as the Lord, as everything in the Shastram, in the scriptures, Kamala Daitat. So the one who is the Lord, who is the spouse, the consort of Lakshmi. the one who is the consort of Lakshmi, na param kalaye. In this loka, in this whole jagat, there is no one who is param, who is more exalted than the Lord Venkatachalapati, because he is Param Brahman, he is everything. Yaccha kinchit jagat sarvam vyapya narayana stitaha. The same idea. So the whole in Purusha Suktam, Lord Narayana, the one who abides in what? Sarvam jagat vyapya, pervading the whole universe. So that's who you are. Kalavenu ravavashagopavadhu shatakoti vritat smarakoti samat.
Kalavenu ravavashagopavadhu shatakoti vritat smarakoti samat.
Prativallabhikabhimatat sukhadat vasudeva sutana param kalaye.
Prativallabhikabhimatat sukhadat vasudeva sutana param kalaye.
So Vasudeva sutat na param kalaye. Vasudeva sutaha means the son of Vasudeva is Vasudeva, is Sri Krishna. So here Lord Venkateshwara is addressed as Sri Krishna, the one who you manifest yourself in the form of Sri Krishna as the son of Vasudeva. There is no one who is na param kalaye. There is no one who is more exalted than you, he says. Anywhere. Compare or param na param, na, who is not comparable to you, because you are infinite. Then, Kalavenu Ravat Vasha Gopavadhu. Gopavadhus are the gopis, the gopikas. So, Shatakoti Vritat Smara Koti Samat. Shatakoti Vritam. Vritam Vritam is any penance. So, Shatakoti Vritam is what? Thousands of penances. Okay. Koti. Vritta Smara Koti Samat. So, see, Vritam, there are thousands of Vritams a person may do. Compared to that, he says, to accomplish you. But in comparison to them, what happened to the Gopikas? So they were drawn by your Venu. They are attracted by your Venu. Then he says, Prati Valla Vikabhimatat. Abhimatam is to desire, to have longing for. So, being drawn, Vallavikat means to be drawn towards. So, they are the ones, see, the rishis, the seekers perform lot of penances in order to gain you, to understand you, to recognize you. Then, on the other hand, these gopis, how did they gain you? They gained you just by listening to your music, So you, O Lord, as Krishna, the one who manifests, who drew all the gopis towards you, means gopis are bhaktas. Gopis stand for bhaktas. So who draws the bhaktas towards you by the sound of your flute? Means they don't have to do anything much. So in comparison to the others who spend kotis, thousands of types of penances they do. That means what? Why is the difference, Why is the difference? The penance, one is ahankara based really. So I want to seek the Lord and I do penance, and I do this, I do that in order to gain Bhagavan. And you find even in the Puranas we see stories where, so people who do lot of penance, then their ahankara doesn't go away. By doing penance, ahankara doesn't go away. In fact, it becomes bigger. Because they gain lot of siddhis, so they gain certain kinds of powers, and it only enhances their ahankara, their ego. That means they lose lose Bhagavan in the process. Whereas Gopika's approach is different. So they are in harmony with the Lord's music. See, the Bhagavan's flute. What is Bhagavan's flute? Bhagavan's flute is, in fact, this Jagat. In the whole universe, the Lord is manifest. The Lord is manifest as what? As harmony. So everything is in harmony with everything. So there is a rhythm, there is a music, there is a dance. That is the harmony of the universe. That is Bhagavan. That is Bhagavan. So if I am in tune with that, then I am not fighting anything. I am not fighting anything. With the appreciation of the Lord, if I am in tune with this, the whole Bhagavan as is manifest in this whole universe, then I am one with the Lord. Or if I see myself as separate with the Ahankara, then I want to, for me it becomes an accomplishment. Siddhi, Those are Siddhis. I go for Siddhis. Who goes for Siddhis? The one who wants to be powerful, really speaking. So one is the idea of conquest, of overpowering different things, different capacities, etc. The other one is being one with what is there, with the Lord. So he says, you who manifest in the form of Sri Krishna, who was what? Who drew with his music, he drew all the gopikas towards him, who were in harmony with him, as compared to what? As compared to others also who seek you by doing this in koti, thousands of types of penances. So thus there is none like you. There is none like that person who is the son of, born as a son of Vasudeva. Then you also manifest as what? As Sri Rama. अभिराम गुणाकर दाशरथे जगदेक धनुर्धर धीरमते
अभिराम गुणाकर दाशरथे जगदेक धनुर्धर धीरमते
रघुनायक राम रमेश विभो वरदो भवदेव दजाचलधे
रघुनायक राम रमेश विभो वरदो भवदेव दयाचलधे
Abhirama, Gunakara, Dasharathe is all vocative. So the one who is full of sattvika guna, the one who manifests, as Sri Rama, the one who is full of sattva gunas, Sri Rama's qualities. Dasharathi, the one who is the son of Dasharatha, you were born. Jagadeka, so the one who is ekam, means unequaled. The one who is unequaled, the one who has no parallel in this whole Jagat, in this whole universe. Dhanurdharam, Dhanurdharaha, the one who holds the Kodanda Pani, Dhanurdharaha, because Dharma. He stands for Dharma. That means what? You have to be always ready. With your weapon always has to be with you, if you stand for Dharma. Thus, to overcome adharma, he is Dhanurdharaha, Dhiramatihi, the one whose mind is composed, the one whose mind is steadfast, the one whose mind is committed. Dhiramatihi, Raghunayaka, he is the chief, he is the most distinguished in the Raghukulam, the clan. His whole clan was, so Raghukulam, in the Raghukulam he was Raghu Nayaka, he was the most distinguished in his clan. Sri Rama, Ramesha, who's so Ramayaha Isha means the Lord of Rama, the Lord of Lakshmi, Vishnu, Lord of Vishnu. Then Sri Rama, Vibhuhu, the one who so manifests in different forms. Vividam Bhati, the one who manifests as this whole Jagat. Varadaha, the one who, Varado Bhava. Yeah, please be somebody who gives me blessings. Please bless me. Daya Jalade, the one who's the ocean of compassion. So Lord, please just bless me. Varado Bhava is the source of Ananda. Also Ramesha, Lord of Ananda. Avanitanaya kamaniyakaram rajanikaracharu mukhambuhuram. Mukhamburu. Yeah, that's what I thought I said. Yakaram rajanikaracharu mukhamburuham. Rajani chararajatamo mihiram mahaniyamaham raghuramamaye.
Rajani chararajatamo mihiram mahaniyamaham raghuramamaye.
Avani is Prithvi. Avani Tanaya, the one who is born of Prithvi. The one who came from the body of the earth. Who's that? Sita. Yeah. Kamaniyakaram. The one who